Have you ever worked with a boss who just couldn't let go of control? Always hovering over your shoulder, nitpicking every little detail? If so, you've experienced a micromanager. But what makes someone act like this? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of micromanagement to uncover the motivations and behaviors behind it. Micromanagement is when a leader excessively controls and supervises the work of others, to the point where employees feel stifled and undervalued. But this behavior isn't just about wanting things done right. It's often rooted in deeper psychological factors. First up, insecurity and anxiety. Many micromanagers are driven by a deep-seated fear of failure. They're worried that if everything isn't perfect, it'll reflect poorly on them. So, they overcompensate by trying to control every little detail. These managers might believe that if they don't keep a tight grip on everything, things will fall apart. But in reality, this behavior often causes more harm than good. Micromanagers also tend to have control issues. They don't trust others to handle things, and that lack of trust is a key factor in their behavior. Whether it's from past experiences where delegation led to failure, or simply a need to feel in charge, micromanagers can't let go of control. This makes them believe that only they can get things done the right way. Micromanagers also fall into cognitive traps, like the illusion of control. They believe that their constant supervision directly leads to success. This is called the illusion of control, a psychological bias where someone overestimates their influence over external events. Even when things go well, they think it's because of their micromanagement, reinforcing the belief that they need to keep doing it. Another key factor? The need for validation. Many micromanagers crave recognition and approval. By overseeing every task, they ensure they get the credit for any successes. This can lead to a toxic work environment where employees feel their contributions aren't valued, and instead, the manager is the only one receiving praise. Micromanagers often struggle with emotional intelligence, particularly in areas like empathy and self-awareness. They fail to see how their behavior negatively impacts their team. Their inability to recognize how their actions create stress, frustration, and low morale for others is a sign of low emotional intelligence. Micromanagers tend to be very rigid and inflexible in their thinking. They believe their way is the best, and sometimes the only way, of doing things. This cognitive rigidity makes them uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity, which leads to a preference for structure and control. But in fast-paced or creative environments, this rigidity can stifle innovation and problem-solving. Now, what about the impact on employees? Working under a micromanager can be incredibly frustrating. It can make employees feel disempowered, anxious, and disengaged. They may even stop trying to innovate or solve problems because they know their work will be redone or criticized. Over time, this leads to low morale, reduced productivity, and even high turnover. In extreme cases, micromanagement can be linked to certain personality disorders. For example, some people with obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, or OCPD, struggle with a preoccupation for order and control, which leads to micromanagement. Narcissistic traits may also play a role, especially when the manager feels they are the only competent one in the room. So, what's the takeaway? Micromanagement often comes from deeper psychological issues, like anxiety, insecurity, or a need for control. While it may feel like micromanagers are just trying to help, the impact can be damaging to both their team and the overall workplace environment. Addressing these issues requires building trust, improving emotional intelligence, and learning to delegate effectively. Because at the end of the day, leadership is about empowering others, not controlling them. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into psychology and management. See you next time.